You want to switch on it? Yeah, only one video is there. My pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. I welcome all of you for today's session of Mandukya Karika. Today, we are going to take up next shloka of Mandukya Upanishad. Next shloka is about Turiya. Let us start with the offering our respect to Guru Parampara. Tada Shiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tat Padam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Today is this is the 18th class of Mandukya Karika. Mandukya Karika is about analysis of our waking state, dream state, deep sleep state. The spirituality, people think that it is something otherworldly, something which requires a place like Himalayas, or a cave or ashram. Mandukya Upanishad speaks of spirituality and spiritual experience is common to all of us. It's nothing special. Spirituality is not a special experience. Spiritual experience is not a special experience. It is a common experience to all of us. We have to recognize that common experience. A farmer was doing tilling in the he was doing tilling the land. He got a stone. He found a stone. The stone looked interesting, a blue color stone. He thought this stone may be useful to somebody. Then there was a person who was walking nearby. He said, "Farmer asked me, do you want this stone?" That man said, yes, give me, I'll give you for 10 rupees, give me. He takes the stone. And he goes home. The person who was going nearby goes home and gives the stone to his wife. The wife looks at the stone, it looks very nice. She uses it as a paperweight for keeping the newspaper and all, keeping on for newspaper and all. Then, one day, a businessman comes to their house. He's a diamond businessman. He looks at the stone and he says, "Why don't you give me that stone? I give you 100 rupees. She gives that 100 rupees. She gives the stone for 100 rupees. She thought it's a good riddance. And this businessman goes home, goes to the shop, polishes the stone. It's actually a diamond, very rare diamond. And he sells it 1 crore rupee. The stone is same, but the way you look at the stone is different. A farmer looks at it as just a stone. The person who was walking nearby, he looks at it as interesting. His wife looks at it as a paperweight. But the businessman, he looks at it as a diamond. A little bit of polishing here there. What do you understand by the story? What we are experiencing now, each of us is a spiritual experience. We are not able to recognize that. Vedanta is telling us how to recognize that spiritual experience we are going through day in and day out. It's not telling us, look at new experience. We have imagination of new spiritual experiences. We think we are a human being looking for a spiritual experience. We are a human being looking for a spiritual experience. No, you are not a human being. You are a spiritual being experiencing human life. So you want to go and get enlightened? No, you are already enlightened. You are experiencing human life through the body and mind. You have to recognize who you are. And this is not a new experience. It's your day-to-day experience. We have split life into two. Material experience, material life, and spiritual life. Life cannot be split like that. Life is only one. Neither material nor spiritual, it's divine. It's always here and now. Not tomorrow, not day after tomorrow, not yesterday. Here and now, you are divine. Here and now, you are Brahman. That realization of Brahman has to happen in this experience every moment. Not sometime later, because there's no concept of time in the universe. Time is there only in the factories. In fact, the concept of time, precise time, started with the late 18th century, industrial revolution. Industry, they have factories, you have to come to the office at right time, all those things. Earlier, people are living just timeless. The Saturday, Sunday holiday, exactly how much time you have to spend in the office, all those concepts started in 18th century, late 18th century. Before that, people are just living timelessly. Sunrise is there, sunset is there. No holiday, Saturday, Sunday, every day they live their life. The concept of time is man-made. In the universal level, there's just, it's timeless, eternal, now. So if you have a concept that I'll get enlightened one day, it's false, because we are bringing time. It's always here and now, by recognizing what you are experiencing rather than looking for a new experience. We are lost in search for new experiences. So Mandukya Upanishad takes us to our own waking state, dream state, and deep sleep state. In our waking, we go through three states: waking state, dream state, deep sleep state. In the deep sleep state, there's no body, there's no mind, there's no world in our experience. But there's a bliss. That blissful state of deep experience is nothing but self-experiencing itself. It's a pure awareness. When pure awareness experiences itself, it's called bliss. And you, at the individual level and the pure awareness, is called Pratyagatma, innermost self. So in deep sleep, there's only Brahman, pure awareness. Pratyagatma is one with the Brahman. Innermost self is one with the Brahman. But there's some vasanas, impressions which are there in the dormant condition. Ajnana is there. So they start sprouting when you come up, in the waking state. Then you forget your own nature. Pratyagatma, looking through the body-mind complex, experiences the world and thinks, I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. In reality, you are not the body, you are not the mind, you are not the intellect. Realize, Nanu, Nanembudu, Nanalla, Ideha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, Sachidanandatma, Shivanannani, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. Realize I am not the body, I am not the intellect, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, I am pure awareness. Pratyagatma, innermost self. Whose nature is Sakshi, the witness. The witness identifies with the body and mind in the waking state. Waking state, the ego comes up. So the I, capital I, is there as a background all the time. In the waking state, dream state, deep sleep state. And what is your nature in deep sleep state? Pratyagatma. I am not a doer because there's no instrument of doing, body is not there. I'm not an enjoyer, the instrument of enjoyment, mind is not there. I'm not a knower, instrument of knowing, knowledge, intellect is not there. That's my real nature. The body, mind, and intellect are my instruments. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect. They are instruments for functioning in the world. Instruments, you use it properly. Nothing wrong in that. But do not say, I am the instrument. We are identifying the instrument and thinking that I am the instrument. But many times, you know, your language says, this is my body, you'll say. When you use the word my body, the body is not yours. When I say, this is my book, that means I am separate from the book. So, deep inside, intuitively, you know that you are not the body. That's why you say, my body. But next moment you say, you look very nice today. Immediately become body. I am the body. We confuse. We are in a state of confusion. I am the body and my body. My mind and I am the mind. My intellect and I am the intellect. Your language is speaking of your reality. Is there no difference between my body and I am body? Is there no difference between my intellect and I am intellect? Is there no difference between my mind and I am mind? Notice your language, already you know the truth. So, Mandukya Upanishad says, Pratyagatma, whose nature is not a doer, not an enjoyer, not a knower, is there in all the states as I, waking state, dream state, deep state. So, that Pratyagatma is Brahman, means Pratyagatma means myself, Atma. Okay? In the waking state, Jiva and Jagat are coming. The body and the world is coming. Ego is coming and the world is coming. So, do not look for a new state in which you are pure awareness. Entire spiritual journey, we are trying to look for a new state called pure awareness. We have to recognize pure awareness is there, only there in all the states. That is realization. In the waking state, dream state, deep sleep state, only pure awareness is there. And that pure awareness is Brahman, non-dual. So Pratyagatma means my innermost self. Brahman means the essence of the universe, the self of the universe. They are not two. Subject object is not two. It's one reality. Advaita. There's no two. So, what Mandukya Upanishad is trying to do is, first level it says, I am Atma, Brahma. My innermost self is Brahman. So, we have a concept of Brahman is somewhere. My innermost self. Who is that my innermost self? Pratyagatma. In deep sleep, what I am is called Pratyagatma. Okay. Ignorance is there in me because of waking state, not in the deep sleep. Deep sleep is gone to dormant condition. Deep sleep, I have no knowledge possible. Okay. So first it tells Pratyagatma, recognize your innermost self in deep sleep. Then recognize that's Brahman. In the waking state and dream state, the world is coming. The world, essence of the world is called Brahman. What is the essence of the world? Existence. Your nature is pure existence. The split is not there. The duality is not there. The duality appears to be there because you are identifying the body and mind. Once you understand your nature is Pratyagatma, who is not a doer, not a thinker, and not a knower, still the ignorance has not gone. Pratyagatma is there, but the world is there. So the essence of the world is existence. Existence in your consciousness is one reality. I am nature of consciousness, Pratyagatma. That is one reality. Then Dvaita will go, duality will go. So if Pratyagatma, duality which is imposed on Pratyagatma is gone, that Pratyagatma is called Turiyatma. You are the Turiyatma. First you have to recognize I am Pratyagatma. In deep sleep I am Pratyagatma. So that Pratyagatma and the world is there in the waking state. So Pratyagatma and world is not two, but one. If you recognize that, then you are called Turiyatma. And this recognition has to happen in the waking state, and which is going to dream state, and in deep sleep state, anyway, you have no problems. So realization is in the waking state. What is the realization? I am the Pratyagatma, and Pratyagatma is Brahman. This realization should happen in waking state. Body and mind is your instrument here. How can you be bound by your car? Car is your instrument. That feeling you have to look at it. When you say I am body and when you say my body, is there no difference? Because it's not there. The instruments are appearance. Okay. So now we'll go to next sloka. Next sloka, Mandukya Upanishad is about Mandukya Upanishad. Mandukya Upanishad sloka number 7. Adrashtam, avyavaharyam, agrahyam, alakshanam, achintyam, avyapadesham, ekatma pratyasaram, prapanchopashamam, shantam, shivam, advaitam, chaturtham, manyante, sa atma, sa vidneyaha. So the meaning of this is adrashtam, you cannot see it. Meaning of this sloka, adrashtam means you cannot see it. To see something, you need an object. Object has to have form, touch, sound, smell, and taste. It should be available for 5 sense organs. Right? 5 sense organs are required to experience an object. So you cannot see it. Adrashtam. It is not available for touch, sound, smell, taste, and form. That means it is not made up of 5 elements. Panchabhutas. 5 elements are the space, wind, fire, water, and earth. These are 5 elements. The nature of space is sound, nature of wind is touch, nature of fire is form, nature of water is taste, nature of earth is smell. So, Atma is not available for 5 sense organs. Then what has it, in a lot of spiritual literature you say, see, oh, I saw God, God came in front of me. The moment you say God came in front of you, It means you are saying a form. Form is made up of Panchabhutas. Okay. So nothing wrong in that. It's a vision. It is the energy appearing as that form at that moment. The vision of God. It is in the domain of what we call as Saguna Brahma. But what we are speaking of is Nirguna Brahma. Saguna Brahma is always temporary appearance. Self-realization is called Sakshatkara. Sakshatkara means to realize I am the Sakshi. And what is the nature of Sakshi? Not a doer, not an enjoyer, not a knower. In reality, that's called Brahman. But Sakshi appears to be knower, doer, and enjoyer in the waking state. Appears to be. How? See, I am talking to you now. I've forgotten that I'm wearing glasses. The glasses have become part of mine, my eyes. But glasses are not seeing. I am seeing through glasses. Similarly, Sakshi sees through the body, mind, and intellect in the waking state. Sakshi is the real seer. Okay? But we confuse the body, mind, and intellect is a seer. Like glasses have become my eyes. Confusion is because of superimposition. So not a sight, object of sight, adrishtam. So why it is not object of sight? Because it's a seer. Seer cannot be seen. See, I am a seer. I can see the apple. I am the seer, real seer. But the apple cannot see me. Understand? So similarly, I am using the body and mind, which is instrument, to see the world. Body and mind cannot see me, the seer. I am seeing the world through my glasses. My glasses cannot see me, no? I am seeing the world through glasses. But glasses cannot see me, no? Glasses, jada, insentient. I am seeing the world through body and mind and intellect. But body and mind and intellect cannot see me. I am the seer. That's why it's adrishtam. Atma is never, you can never get Atma through intellect and the body and mind. But intellect only is helpful for getting Atma. How? By understanding what is not Atma, Anatma. Nitya, Anitya, Viveka is used by the intellect to understand who am I. Intellect cannot reach Atma, but intellect is useful for reaching Atma. Understand? I am not the body, mind, and intellect, but body, mind, and intellect instrument can be used to realize Atma. It is like you have fallen into water and you want to come out of water. You have to use water to come out. You have to use water to come out. Otherwise, you cannot jump out of water. Similarly, you identify the body and mind and intellect, use the body and mind and intellect and come out of it. And realize you are not the body and mind. Adrishtam, unseen. Why it's adrishtam? See, this man is in space. He's an astronaut. He's trying to see something. Nothing is visible in that space. You know, space has sun, so many suns. Each sun is bright for us. So bright. In the space, millions of suns are there. But space is full of darkness. How? Why? Because human eye cannot see the light directly. The light has to be reflected on some surface to see. The reflection is required. Without reflection, you cannot see. In space, there are no reflection possible because there are no dust particles also, very less dust particles. In Earth, we can see bright sunlight because dust particles and Earth is reflecting sunlight. Some obstruction is required, reflecting surface is required. Otherwise, you cannot see. That about sun, it's ordinary. Atma Jyoti, light of self is real sun. It can eliminate everything, but you cannot see Atma Jyoti. Consciousness you cannot see with your eyes. Consciousness you cannot understand with your mind. It needs a reflecting surface. So the world is a reflecting surface for consciousness. Whatever you are seeing in the world is nothing but reflection of consciousness. You cannot see the consciousness directly, but you can see the reflection directly. Your outside world is bright. Bright world is there. Sunlight is there. You are not seeing the sunlight. You are seeing the reflection of sunlight in terms of all dust particles into Earth. But you are seeing sunlight only. Similarly, the world, what you are seeing, is nothing but reflection of Atma Jyoti. What you are seeing is not the world, but Atma Jyoti as a reflection. Where are you searching for Atma? Whatever you are seeing is nothing but a reflection of light of awareness. Light of the self is not an object, it's a pure subject. In the form of the objects of the world, you are seeing nothing but light of self only, Atma Jyoti only. Remove the object, you cannot see, there's no reflection. But what reflection is there? Nothing but Atma Jyoti only, which is not an object, it's an illuminating light. Antarjyotihi, Bahirjyotihi, Pratyak Jyotihi, Paratpara, Jyotireva Jyotihi, Swayam Jyotihi, Atma Jyotihi, Shivosmiham. Light of the self is illuminating the world. Bahirjyoti. Antarjyoti, light of self is illuminating the mind, thoughts, feelings, emotions. Pratyak Jyoti, light of self is illuminating our deep sleep state. Param Jyoti, that is a supreme light, light beyond all lights. Everything is a physical light. Atma Jyoti is non-physical light. Swayam Jyoti itself illuminating, I am that. It's adrashtam, it cannot be seen because seer cannot be seen. Then what you are seeing is the reflection. And you are confusing it as an object because object is reflecting it. Remove the object, you cannot see light. Presence of object, you confuse the object. It is like this, my hand. Okay? There's light in front of me. But light I cannot see. My eyes cannot see the light. The moment hand comes, the light gets reflected and see the light hand. So then I say hand is there, forgetting that this light is there. Light is illuminating on that. And what I am seeing is the light going into my eyes, and I am seeing the light in the form of hand. Similarly, whatever you see in the world is nothing but reflection of Atma Jyoti. The Maya is there to reflect the Atma. Maya is not a problem. Because of Maya only, you realize that I am Atma, I am Brahman. So Maya is very helpful. That's called Vidya Maya. If you have fallen into water, learn swimming and come out of water, water is helpful to you. So Maya is helpful to you. Maya will cooperate with you. Maya is never a problem. When the light is falling on hand, so hand has parts, fingers. Light has no parts. Atma Jyoti has no parts. Reflection appears to be having parts. And light reflecting on this points to light, real light. Similarly, everything in the world is pointing to my Atma. The entire world is nothing pointing to my Atma, Pratyak Atma. That's why it's Brahman. Consciousness. And you'll never be able to see consciousness. Adrashtam. So a big problem. I cannot see the consciousness. That's your problem. That's the problem. That problem is being addressed in this sloka. Adrashtam. Avyavaharyam. Avyavaharyam means you cannot do transaction. To do transaction, okay, you need a body, right? If I have to lift this apple, my hands are required. Okay, I need my hands to do transaction. Atma has no body. So due to transaction, it should be a physical entity. Atma is not a physical entity, but Atma does the transaction through the body. Directly cannot interact with Atma. The self, you cannot interact directly. Through the body, you can interact. Avyavaharyam means the Pratyek Atma, in your true nature, you cannot interact with you. That's not possible. But in the presence of body and mind, what I am interacting with is Atma only. I am talking to you. Am I talking to the body? I am talking to the mind. I am talking to the intellect. No, I am talking to the Atma, the self, through the body and mind and intellect. Vyavahara is possible, in the transaction is possible in the waking state, when the body, mind, intellect is there. But Atma itself is free from body, mind, intellect in deep sleep. There's no way you can interact with Atma. It's transaction free. There's an apparent transaction possible, apparent, not real, with the body, mind, intellect present. So when you are talking to somebody, you're talking to Atma only, through the body, mind, intellect. Body, mind, intellect is superimposed on the Atma. If you understand this, you'll never forget Atma. Anybody whom you talk, you're talking to Atma only, through the body, mind, intellect. But you confuse the talking to the body, you're confused with that body, mind, intellect. When you are talking, you are not, the body, mind, intellect is used by the Atma for talking, the self for talking. Body, mind, intellect is just an instrument. Then you say, I am talking, thinking that I am the body. In reality, Atma, the self, is not a doer, not an enjoyer, not a knower. But in the presence of body, mind, intellect, it becomes a knower, doer, and enjoyer. Presence of the body, mind, intellect. Becoming a knower, doer, and enjoyer is not a problem. Forgetting that I am the Atma is a problem. Atma is like an actor. The moment actor puts a beggar's dress, he becomes a beggar. The moment he puts a rich man's dress, he becomes a rich man. So Atma puts on the body and mind, intellect, appears to be a human being. It's not. Avyavaharyam. You cannot do any transaction with Atma. You can do transaction with Atma through the body and mind. Directly cannot do. Because it is avyavaharyam. No transaction possible. Who has a transaction reality? Vishwa. The waking state person has a transaction reality. Who is Vishwa? Vishwa is Atma only. Vishwa is Pratyek Atma only. With the body and mind. Appearance of body and mind. Taijasa is a Pratyek Atma with the appearance of body and mind in dream state. That transaction is possible. In deep sleep, transaction is not possible because body and mind is not there. So transaction can be done with the Vishwa and Taijasa. Pratyek Atma, there's no transaction possible because there's no body and mind. When you're talking to somebody, who is the listener? Pratyek Atma only through body and mind. Atma is the seer, Atma is the thinker, Atma is the knower, enjoyer through the body and mind. But Atma is none of these. Not a doer, not a knower, not an enjoyer. Alakshanam. Alakshana means Lakshana means indicator. So, no way somebody can guess that there's something called Atma. There's no way because the inference is not possible. By inference, you cannot find Atma. Nature of Atma cannot be found by inference. Inference is the mind, right? So inference is, oh, there's smoke, there must be fire. That's inference. Application of logic. By applying logic, you cannot find Atma. All your logic works in the domain of objects. Does it mean that Atma cannot be found by our logic? It can be. This logic is Vedantic logic, which is negation. Neti, neti, neti. Not this logic is used for finding Atma. You cannot find Atma as this as an object, because there's no Lakshana. You cannot infer it. Oh, one day somebody will say, I am the Atma. You cannot come to the conclusion because there's no way it's available to your mind. Mind which is not trained in Vedanta. Mind which is understood Vedanta can recognize Atma as myself. So people confuse. Oh, Atma cannot be found by the mind. No. Atma, mind only recognizes Atma as myself with Vedantic understanding. Without the help of Vedanta, you cannot recognize the self. Alakshanam. Pratyaya gocharam. That means it's not an object of knowledge. Atma-jnana is not an object of knowledge. It's a pure subject. So this is apple. I know apple. Apple is an object of knowledge. Any object of knowledge has to have a name and form. Atma is not an object of knowledge because he's a seer. It is the knowing principle. It is like this, no? A human being has created a robot. Can robot anytime know human being? Human being is a sentient consciousness. Robot is an instrument. Instrument will never know the master. The Atma is the master, the consciousness. It's not an object of knowledge. I cannot know it as an object. You can know everything in the world as an object. Achintyam. Mind, chintana means thinking. Mind cannot know Atma. Achintyam. Because mind is an instrument. An instrument cannot know the master, consciousness. Avyapadesham. It cannot be described by words. Okay? So you can describe anything by words. Oh, this is a color. This is a red color. So you can describe by words. Because words have, what you can describe by words has a name and form. Atma cannot be described by words because there's no name and form. Then what are you doing in Vedanta? So Vedanta, we are trying to remove your identification with the name and form. It's a process of negation, neti. Not identifying Atma. Because you are the Atma. Atma has identified with body and mind. We are trying to negate the knowledge about yourself, your self-identity. Then what remains is a pure identity, pure self, which is not an identity. So Vedanta is helpful to the extent of negation. Vedanta is about Atma only, Atma-jnana only, but not a jnana of objective knowledge. It's a pure subject. By negating what you think you are, the Vedanta is trying to point out what you are. What you are cannot be shown by words. What you are can be recognized by you, because you will recognize yourself anytime. Ekatma pratyaya saram. Then you have a problem. It is adrishtam, it's avyavaharyam, pratyaya gocharam, achintyam. Then it is hopeless case. Okay? It is what to do. Then Vedanta, Mandukya says, my dear, it's very easy. Ekatma pratyaya saram. Eka atma pratyaya saram. Pratyaya means word, thought. Okay? The essence of the thought points to Atma. What is the essence of thought? Ekatma. Eka Atma. I alone exist. Ekatma, not multiple Atma. We don't have multiple Atma. Right? In the waking state, I have a personality. Waking state, I am living in Bangalore. Family is there. I am an engineer. Dream state, I am an artist in Paris. My personality is different. In deep sleep, I don't have personality. But I say, I woke up, I dreamt, and I slept. So what is happening is the personality is not you. There's something you in common, all of this. That is Ekatma. One Atma is there in all the three states. No three Atma, no three personalities are there. So if you are the personality, one who is in the waking state is not in the dream state, one who is in dream state is not in deep sleep state, then you are a split personality. Split. But you are not split. You see, I only slept, I only woke up, I only dreamt. So that what is that I? I is the Ekatma. One self is there in all the three states. And that one self you are confusing with the waking state guy. One self you are confusing the dream state guy. Personality. You are confusing the personality. Personality is a dress, instrument. In the waking state, you put an instrument and then you say, I am that. So, Mantika says, it is adrashtam, cannot be seen. Agrahyam, avyavaharyam, achityam, you cannot think of it. But you can catch hold of it by ekatma pratyesara. Ekatma means one self is there in all the three states. Okay. So that is the way to catch the Atma. By a thought process only. Ekatma. I alone exist in waking state, dream state, deep sleep state. So Atma is agrahyam, agocharam. It cannot be done. But your thought can lead to Atma by understanding who is the one who is present in all the three states. All the three states, waking state personality who is living in Bangalore as engineer is not there in dream. In dream, you are living in Paris and in different family, and you are living in Paris and deep sleep, none of them are there. Then, but I was there, I am there all the time. Ekatma pratyesara. Essence of I thought, when you say I, you are really pointing to real I. That's why English capital I is used. But you are confusing the small I, the body and mind. English is a beautiful language. When you write I, you write a capital I. Capital I is pointing to Atma. In the waking state, dream state, deep sleep state, I alone existed. I was born, I grew up, I got married, I am in Bangalore, I'll go to Bombay. What has not changed? I has not changed. But your personality has changed. Body, mind, intellect has changed. From a young child to an adult to a married person, your personality has changed. But I has not changed. Capital I, English. And the capital I is pointed to Atma, which has not changed. Ekatma pratyesaram, the essence of I thought. Then you say, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Ekatma pratyesara, I don't know what it is. My dear, Mandukya Upanishad is straight away telling you what you are. I am Atma Brahma. My inner self is Brahman. What is my inner self? Deep sleep. In deep sleep state, what you are is called Pratyekatma. And that is Brahman. That's your real nature. So you don't know myself. If you say, I don't know myself, you are selling false. In deep sleep, you know yourself as bliss. Deep sleep is blissful because self is the experience itself. And that's pure awareness. You know yourself as bliss in deep sleep. In the waking state, you are in a mess because you are identifying with the body and mind. And what you are identifying, you are not. Because Atma is agochara. Then you say, oh, how can I can find Atma? My dear Mandukya is saying, initiate itself. First, this thing, I am Atma, Brahma. Your innermost self is Brahman. Deep sleep state, what you are is Brahman. Advaita, non-dual. Blissful. That's your nature. In the waking state, some movie comes, drama comes there. Body, mind, intellect, and the world. The Advaita Atma, what is it? Atma in the deep sleep, Pratyek Atma, is there in the waking state also. It's like a movie screen. Movies project on the screen. The body and mind. What to do? We love so much of movie and we don't love screen, no. We don't go to theater for screen, no. We are interested in movie, romantic movie, action movie, horror movie, okay? Really on the screen. The Pratyek Atma. Not a doer, not a knower, not an enjoyer, which is there in all the states. So, Mandukya Upanishad gives us assurance. Atma is agochara, adrashta, avyavaharya, all those things are fine. But you can recognize Atma very clearly if you recognize your deep sleep state. You are the one who sleep. You are the one who had deep sleep state. Are you? Yes. But your body and mind intellect is not there. Your personality is not in deep sleep state. Then are you the one who had a deep sleep state? The one who had a deep sleep state is the one real I. That's the capital I. Then why I am not in deep sleep all the time? Because you have ignorance in the waking state. Ignorance is packed up in the deep dream state. It is hidden, or it has become causal state. So you correct your understanding waking state. Done. Prapanchopashamam. Prapancha upashamam. Prapancha means world. Prapancha pancha means five. Prapancha means pancha five. What is that? Space, wind, fire, water, earth. There are 5 elements are there. Prapancha. Upashamamam means the 5 elements of prapancha is there in the waking state and dream state. In deep sleep, it's not there. And deep sleep, you are there alone. Understand? In the waking state, they are appearing the prapancha. The world. World is not in deep sleep. The world is appearing only waking state and dream state. So Atma is prapanchopashamam. Now we have a confusion. This body, mind, intellect, wherever Atma is there, it's sticking to me like a Fevicol. It is not going. And the world is also there. What to do with this world and what is with the body? Atma is prapanchopashamam. Upasham means something which is free from all this. Free from the prapancha. Ayyo, my Rama. The morning the world is there. I have to do my cooking. I have to go to office. I have to take care of family. This body is there. And this body is following me like a shadow. It is not going out. I don't want to. I know I am not the body and mind intellect, but I am a body and mind intellect is not leaving me. What to do? Here you have to understand a little bit ulta-pulta understand. Okay. Your understanding is you are in the body and mind intellect. You have to understand body and mind intellect is in you. Body and mind intellect is appearing in you, not even in you. Body, mind, intellect is appearing in you and disappearing in you. You are not in the body and mind intellect. Vishwa, Taijasa, Pradna, they are not there in Turiya. They are appearing and disappearing. So what appears and disappears is not really there. So you have to ask the question, am I the Vishwa trying to realize Turiya? Or I am the Turiya understanding the Vishwa is in me? Vishwa is appearing in me. Your understanding has to change. See, we think that I have to realize my Atma. No. Atma has to realize that ego is appearing and disappearing in me. Understand that. Ulta. As Atma, I have to understand the world and body is appearing in me and disappearing in me. It's not real. What you are saying, I am Atma, I am ego, I want to go to Atma. False logic. You are saying, I am ego, I have to go to Atma. No. Understand your Atma and understand ego and the world is appearing and disappearing in you. What appears and disappears is not real. Your thinking has to be ulta, changed. So what you are saying is, I am Atma, I have to realize who am I. You realize who am I and then understand the world is appearing and disappearing. That's the Vedanta contribution. Understand who you are. I am the Pratyekatma, whose nature is deep sleep. In deep sleep, the world is not there. The world appears in the waking state and dream state. It's not real. What appears and disappears is not real. Your standpoint has to be totally changed. So you're saying, I want to get Atma. So it's not required. Atma, as Atma, you have to understand body and mind intellect is just appearing and disappearing in me. You'll never get Atma. The ego can never get Atma because ego will disappear in dream state. Ego will disappear in deep sleep state. How he can get Atma? So in these slokas, this sloka, it's told Atma has no collective features. Collective features of the world, jivas. I told Vishwadeva and Tejas Deva. There is a collection. So that is not there in Turiya. That's also appearance. Individual features not there. Knower and doer and enjoyer is also not there. The collective and individual features are not there in Atma. It's pure awareness. So you have to say, don't try to realize Atma. Realize that the ego and body and mind are just appearing, disappearing. They are not real. If otherwise ego trying to catch hold of Atma will not happen. No? Because ego is just a temporary. It's an appearance in Atma. So your whole effort should be changed. As Atma, I am the Pratyek Atma. My nature is this. The ego is world is appearing, body is appearing and going. And what is appearing and going is not real. It's not there in me. I am in them. I am. Atma is there in all the time. Atma is there in the body, mind, intellect, and the world. But body, mind, intellect, and world is not in Atma. How? Gold is there in necklace, chain, and ring. But necklace, chain, and ring is not in gold. The water is there in wave, foam, and bubble. But bubble is not there in wave, bubble, foam, and wave is not there in water. Water is serene. The waking state, dream state, deep sleep state, they are in Atma, but appear in Atma. But Atma is there in all the states: waking state, dream state, deep sleep. Atma is of the nature of peace. Auspicious Shivam, pure awareness. That's the only auspiciousness. Auspicious in Sanskrit is Shubhakarya. Please come to my house now. We have a Shubhakarya. What? My daughter's marriage. Please come to my house. There is a Shubhakarya. There's a puja. These are all temporary Shiva, temporary auspiciousness. The highest auspiciousness is Atma, Atmadnana, which is free from all suffering because it's Shantam, peaceful. Shivam, Advaitam, non-dual. Sa Atma Vidneya. Know that you are that Atma. Which is that Atma? In deep sleep state, what you are is your real nature. Pratyek Atma. Sa Vidneya. No, Atma is such somewhere. No, in deep sleep you are experiencing it. That is there in waking state also you realize. Then what should I do? In waking state, whatever is appearing is mithya, unreal. With that, you have to start with the nididhyasa you do. Nididhyasa, you enter into a state of a waking sleep. You are fully awake, but appear to be sleeping. Then you will understand my nature is peace in the waking also. Otherwise, I am getting distracted by so many things in the world. Understand who you are and do get into waking sleep called nididhyasa. So that more and more you are established in your truly. Who is established? The intellect gets corrected, memory gets corrected. Atma doesn't have, nothing happens to Atma. So the Lightofself Foundation has a website, YouTube channel. Our children's program has an iLead channel. You are welcome to join them and you are welcome to share with your friends or anybody who is interested. Anybody has a question? Any questions? Shravan, Purnima.
No, Prabhuji, it's so beautiful. It's excellent. This is the most powerful mantra in the Mandukya. Isn't it? So beautiful, Prabhuji. Really beautiful. Elevating.
See, Mandukya Upanishad says you cannot see Atma, you cannot feel Atma, you can explain. But you can know Atma as you are deep sleep.
Yes. Yes.
And that deep sleep Atma is there in the waking state also. Ekatma Pratyekaram.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Shravan, any questions? Who is Gayatri?
No, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yes, Shravan. 1 minute. Yes, Gayatri.
Prabhuji, I just wanted to know the Jivatma and the Pratyegatma which you are saying is the same. Is it the...
See, Pratyegatma, okay, in deep sleep state, what are you? There's no body, there's no mind,
I am
there's
the
no
Pratyega.
right? In deep sleep state, you exist, right?
Yes.
That existence of deep sleep state is called Pratyegatma. Okay? In the waking state, ego comes. The body, mind, and ego comes.
Okay.
That's called Jiva. Jiva plus Pratyegatma is called Jivatma.
Okay. Okay.
Right?
Prabhuji.
The Jiva gets superimposed on the Pratyegatma. That's called Jivatma.
Okay.
Ignorance is for the Jivatma. Ignorance is not there for Pratyegatma. You understand?
Okay. When there is no ignorance, then it is Pratyegatma. And when there is
No,
ignorance,
no. When there is no body, mind, intellect, it's called Pratyegatma. Okay?
Okay.
The same Pratyegatma gets a body, mind, intellect in the waking state, superimposed. The
Okay.
body, mind, intellect, that's the ego comes into picture. I am the body. So now,
Okay.
this is called Jiva. Jiva gets superimposed on the Pratyegatma. Now it's called Jivatma. Pratyegatma is Atma, Jiva is superimposed. Jivatma is called. Correct? Now,
Okay.
Jivatma has ignorance. It's a mix-up.
Okay.
Are you
Okay.
clear?
Yes, I am clear. Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
So, Pratyegatma, no ignorance is to be called because there's no ignorance is possible. Jivatma, there's ignorance. Jivatma is forgotten, then I am Pratyegatma. Jivatma is forgotten, then Pratyegatma is Brahman.
Okay, Guruji. Thank you so much.
Yes, Shravan.
Hari Om, Guruji.
Hari Om.
Guruji, we cannot transcend from body conscious to self-conscious. It's due to the samskaras in our subconscious mind, which can be overcome by nididhyasa. I'm right, Guruji?
You're right. You're right. See, here the problem is when you ask the question, right, Manjunath,
Yes,
we cannot
Guruji.
overcome body consciousness to self-consciousness. You are saying, correct now?
Transcend. I said transcend.
I'm saying, you are taking a position that I am the body and mind, and I want to go to Atma, you're saying. Your position is ego-based position. Mandukya Upanishad is saying, you change your position. You say, I am the Atma, body, mind, and intellect is appearing in me. I don't have to transcend anything. I'm already transcendental. Right? Your position, viewpoint has to change. So the viewpoint cannot be changed with any practice. It can be only changed to Gnana of the Mandukya Upanishad. Mandukya Upanishad says, I am the Atma. So body, mind, intellect is appearing and disappearing in me. I don't have to go from body, mind, intellect to Atma. I'm already Atma.
So you should have that nididhyasa. I should practice nididhyasa that I am the self-conscious.
I am the Atma. I am the Brahman. Nididhyasa has to be practiced. That's all.
Yes, Guruji.
So by Nididhyasa, you will not get Atma. By Nididhyasa, you remove your vasanas. That's all.
No, once you remove vasanas, then you are self-realized.
No. You are self. Please understand. There's a mistake here. You
Yes,
are self-realized. Once you get understanding of Mandukya Upanishad, you are self-realized. If you are very clear what Mandukya Upanishad is telling, you are already self-realized. Then that you are bringing in your life called Nididhyasa.
Experiencing.
Not experience. You cannot experience Atma, no. See, body, mind, intellect is your instrument, correct?
Yes, Guruji.
The instrument is giving a wrong information that I am the body.
Yes.
Correction has to happen. Then you have to live as Atma. See, don't be under the impression that Nididhyasa will make you Atma Dhyana. Only Shravana will give you Atma Dhyana. Shravana means listening to my talk clearly. Nididhyasa is an application process. Okay, I'll tell you like this. Okay, there was a king, and he had a son. He lost his son. Okay, and the son was a beggar. After 20 years, they find the beggar son. Correct? They bring it to king. Oh, king says, you are my son. Please come. Okay. So then he tells, okay, I lost you. See, my face is like yours. Then son understands I am a king. Are you understand? I'm king's son. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, Guruji.
The understanding has happened. But the beggar habits have not gone. The beggar habits is he sits on the floor, he eats with both hands, he begs for food. That habits have not gone. He understood he is a king, king's son. Understand? The
Yes,
understanding comes first, then your beggar habits have to go. You have to apply in your life. That's called nididhyasa. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Oh, very clear. Very, very well understood.
See,
Guruji.
we have a wrong understanding that by doing nididhyasa will become Atma. No. Understand your Atma and apply in your life so that your all wrong impressions are gone. Beggar's son, to behave like a king, it will take time for him because of habit pattern. But he has to understand I am the king. Is it clear to you what is the nididhyasa benefit?
Yes, yes, Guruji. It's acquire knowledge and to remove all samskaras, you have to practice the nididhyasa.
You have to live your life according to Dana. Are you clear? Now we are making ulta palta. I will do meditation and get Atma. That's a wrong understanding. You know you are the Atma only through Shravana. That's why Vedanta says Shravana matrena mukti. Liberation is through listening. Okay, the application of mukti in your life is called nididhyasa and yoga. You have to apply it. He has understood I am the king's son. Now he has to behave like a king, but his habit patterns are not allowing him. Are you clear now?
Yes, Guruji.
See, we have a very wrong understanding. I'll do meditation to get Atma. It's not possible because Atma is, again, it's told here, it's not, mind cannot reach it, intellect cannot reach it, it's told, right? But Vedanta, Mandukya Upanishad is clearly pointing out what your Atma is. Atma is in deep sleep, what your is Atma. In the waking state also, that Atma is there. But your habit patterns of waking state is blocking it. So once you understand who you are, start applying it to your life in meditation called nididhyasa, in your day-to-day activities called karma yoga. Start living Atmanu Mokshatam Jagadidaya. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, Guruji. Very clear.
Any doubt? Okay. Yes, Shravan, you are saying something?
So, Prabhuji, that point that any negation which is done without the basic paradigm shift of I being Atma, in Atma everything can be negated, but by negating I will not reach Atma. That I think it's
No. Here you have to understand, Shravan. Ekatma pratyasthara, right? Ekatma pratyasthara means Atma is agochara, avyavaharya, everything is fine. But whenever I say I am referring to Atma only, right? So negation you can do for everything objective. Whatever is available to sense organs, you can negate. But you cannot negate the negator. That's Atma.
correct.
Right?
So the real negation is done by the negator. Being the negator, you can do the negation, but otherwise that negation is not knowing the negator. Trying to do the negation will only lead to shunyatva.
It's called shunyatva. That's where the next class I'll take you. This Turiya and shunyatva I'll take up. So if you keep on negating without knowing the negator, okay, then you will end up in shunya.
Yeah. So the key is this paradigm shift of changing our perspective from this false person to that real person or the true negator.
You don't have to change perception, you have to change your knowledge.
Change my knowledge, not
perception. Cannot be changed.
Okay.
Right? So that's why please understand Vedanta will always say Shravana Matrena Muktihi. Please understand clearly who you are. You have to become Shravana Kumara. Once you understand who is the I am, okay, then I am has to act as a negator, not the intellect, not the jiva. So the negator cannot negate himself. What is available for negation, you negate. All objects are available for negation. Then negator cannot be negated. I am that.
Yes.
Right? This perspective is ulta. Entire spiritual teaching, people are thinking that I have to ego, jiva, I have to negate something. Jiva can negate something, you'll end up in nothingness, shunya.
Yes.
So this is the objection of Vedantins for Shunyavadis. Understand? Many people think that the Shunya is the reality, which is not.
Yes.
Because they are going from this end, right? Vedanta is coming from the other end.
Correct.
Are you clear?
Yes.
See, our understanding is I am the ego. I am the ego, I am trying to merge with the Atma. Okay, there's a false logic. Ego is a temporary entity, appearance. Ego cannot merge with Atma. Okay, your problem is there for Jivatma. Atma plus Jiva, there's a problem. Atma plus ego, there's a problem. Pratyekatma is no problem. Deep sleep. Pratyekatma takes the role of Jiva, which is superimposed, and says, I am the Jivatma. So that guy has a problem. Now, Jivatma has to understand, I am the Pratyekatma, and I have to negate whatever is appearing. I have to get something. I'm already Pratyekatma. Right? I'm already Pratyekatma. I have to negate what is not true. Right? That is called Nididhyasa. Then you cannot negate yourself. The one who is negating is there. You can negate all the objective reality. Then finally what remains is a pure subject. You cannot negate that. That's I am. Okay. On the other hand, if you start with ego, what will negate? It doesn't know what is Atma. It will keep on struggling. So this is the process of other teachings. But Vedanta takes a position, you understand who you are first through Mandukya Upanishad. Then once you understand who you are, you start negating what you are not. Using the intellect. Then you drop the intellect also. No more negation is possible. I cannot negate myself. So intellect is not useful now. Right? So this question of who am I inquiry also leads to misleads us. Who am I? One day we'll get it. In the inquiry, you are already getting into your vasanas. Who am I inquiry will give something. The who am I inquiry will work once you understand Mandukya Upanishad. It's a negation process. You cannot negate the negator. Negator is Atma. The Ekatma Pratyesara. That's always there. So become Shravana Kumara. Listen clearly Vedantic teaching. Realize your Atma. Then apply it in your life is called Nididhyasa. Apply it in your meditation called Nididhyasa. Apply it in your life called Karma Yoga. It's not the other way. By doing meditation for 1 million years, you will not get it. That's why our Puranas say the Rishi did tapasya for 60,000 years. What they are trying to say is we think, oh, 60,000 years. What a wonderful tapasya. What they are saying is after 60,000 years also, they are not realized. Because from meditation, you cannot go to Atma. From Atma, you can go to meditation. Is the logic clear? Shravan?
Yes, Prabhuji. So this unlearning of the ego, so the paradigm shift, it's very slippery.
Who says so?
Yeah, because the moment the living starts, the moment the thinking starts, I am already there. The ego already is there.
Jivatma is there. I am the Jiva.
Jivatma is there. So to be the Paramatma, then it is all easy to negate.
You are not. You cannot be Paramatma. You are already Paramatma. You have to negate what is Anatma.
Correct. So the negation is still being done by Jivatma here, no?
The negation is done by Jivatma. What is being negated is world is negated, Jiva is negated, and what is remaining is Atma. Whatever is objectively, you are negating.
Then we are assuming that Jivatma separation of Jiva and Atma is done by the Atma still.
You have to take the position, I am the Atma, Jiva is my instrument, appears in me. You have to take that position.
The taking that position only is through the intellect, right? So taking
everything is intellect itself, you should use. Intellect is the instrument to remove the vasana intellect.
Correct. But
mana eva karanam manshanam bandha mokshayo.
Yeah. So that intellect itself needs to know this in a way that it can be the negator, but
Correct.
negating itself, it cannot be the negator.
It cannot negate itself because it cannot negate existence. So it will negate all the objective reality, including intellect is also objective reality. What is existence cannot be negated.
So it has to assume it while negating its it as intellect, it has to assume it as existence.
That's where I'm saying when you do meditation, Nidhyasa, I am Brahman, you have to hold on. Okay? I am the Sakshi, you have to hold on. Then Neti, 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 you have to apply. If you don't hold on to I am Sakshi and apply Neti, Neti, you will not go anywhere. And then you have to realize Sakshi is Brahman. That time you negate, you drop the intellect also. So, Vedantic Nidhyasa, I have told 3 steps, right? First step is Rupan with Savikalpa Samadhi. All forms you negate. Then Shabdan with Savikalpa Samadhi. You are holding on to thought that I am Sakshi and all thoughts and feelings you are just saying it's all Mithya. Then you say I am not Sakshi also because Sakshi and Saksham come together. That's why I am Brahman.
Is it true thought? The last step is that true thought? Is that through any?
Correct. It's a thought only. Okay, this is called Brahmakara Vritti. So Brahmakara Vritti is used as an instrument to destroy all other Vrittis. Without Brahmakara, I am Brahman Vritti, you cannot destroy other Vrittis.
Correct.
Without I am Sakshi Vritti, you cannot destroy other Vrittis. Then you have to say I am Brahma Vritti, then you have to drop Sakshi also. So then fine, I am Brahma Vritti is also dropped. It's not required. See, the purpose of Vritti is not to get Brahman. Purpose of Vritti is to destroy other things. It's a weapon.
Correct. So the Brahmakara Vritti, when to drop it is the issue, because as long as in the meditation or in I know that it is I am Brahman, but that Brahmakara Vritti doesn't drop. Does it drop by itself? Or
Brahmakara Vritti is also an object, no?
But who knows that? The one who is thinking I am Brahman is still there.
No, that object, see, ultimately all vrittis are in the intellect only. All vrittis are in the mind only. Okay?
Correct. So the intellect is there.
In the intellect, you are taking a position. Initially, you are taking the position, I am the Jiva, I am the body. Now you are taking the position, I am Sakshi. Then you are taking the position in the intellect, I am Brahman. Correct?
Correct.
In that position, you are negated, everything possible negated. Your room is empty.
Correct.
Correct? Then you say, my job is done. Intellect says, my job is done, I am silent now. Then in that silence, what is there is Brahman. It's like a deep sleep state, but fully awake. It's like Jagrata Sushupti.
Okay.
Every negation and dropping also happens in intellect. Intellect says, my job is done. I'm silent now. I cannot do any further negation. Intellect gives up. That's called surrender.
Okay. So when the intellect gives up, then this is known, but the intellect does not give up because it is holding on to Brahman, right? Why should it give up? Who makes it give up?
No, intellect cannot hold on to Brahman because intellect, right from the day one, it knows Brahman is Agochara, Adrashya, Avyavaharya. It knows, no? How it can hold on to Brahman? He has to hold on to thought that I am Brahman. It's a
the thought that it's Brahman, the thought is still there. How to drop that thought?
Thought is you not used to find the Brahman. Thought is to see this entire process is done by Jivatma. You understand? It's not intellect. Jivatma means Atma plus Jiva. Together is doing the exercise, not the Jiva alone only. Then Atma says, now intellect, your job is done. I am the Atma anyway. See, in the intellect also, the position that I am the Atma is taken to drop the Atma, your intellect. See, you are thinking only intellect is doing something. No, Jivatma is doing, the Atma is doing. Atma says, okay, intellect, my dear intellect, your job is done. I'll stay as Atma now. Are you getting what I'm saying? Your confusion is coming because you are giving more importance to intellect than the Jiva Atma. So please understand, it's Atma which is doing through all this intellect, through this. So Atma says, intellect, first Atma says, intellect, take the position of Sakshi and drop all the thoughts. Then Atma says, take the position of I am Brahman, drop all other thoughts. Then you say, intellect tells intellect that I am Brahman, okay, I cannot know myself, I cannot see myself, I am the pure awareness. Then intellect becomes silent. No more further activity for intellect. Then you have to remember your true nature at that point. Agochara, Agrahya, okay, Atindriya, Shanta Surupa. This you remember, then say, intellect, my dear intellect, keep quiet. You're shutting down intellect now.
Okay, Prabhuji.
It is the Atma, Pratyek Atma who was mistaken, which is correcting the intellect. It's not the intellect which is getting Atma. With the right knowledge, Pratyek Atma is recognizing itself as a non-doer, not an enjoyer, not a knower. Akarta, Abhokta, Adnata. Then he says, intellect, my dear intellect, your job is done now. Shut down. And that thought is also using intellect. But that's the last thought of the intellect. Is it clear? See, your position I have to shift, Shravan. Your position is, I am Jiva trying to find Atma. You have to shift. It is not possible. Your position is, I am the Atma. I am Jivatma. As Jivatma, I am using all things to negate. Then I'll negate the instrument also. Then I am the Atma.
See, that position shifting is being done in the intellect, correct?
Not being done by the intellect, but being done. It is a thought only. The thought itself will destroy the thought. See, ultimately, Atma Dhnana is a vratti only in the intellect. Okay, Atma Dhnana, this Atma doesn't require a Dhnana. Adnana of the intellect is removed to Atma Dhnana. Final Adnana is what? You have told intellect to find Atma. Okay. First, Anatma. Atma, Anatma, we have cut down. Anatma is done. Then, I am the Atma, the thought is there. It's a Rati. Right? I am the Atma, I am pure awareness. Then, question, nature of Atma. I am Agochara, Adrashya, Avivaharya. I am Brahman, pure awareness. So then, intellect cannot conceptualize it. The job of the intellect is over now.
Yes.
Your identity has shifted from the body, mind, intellect to pure awareness, which cannot be objectified.
Yes.
So that place, your intellect job is over.
Right.
Hari Om Prabhuji.
Hari Om Vasu.
This I am Brahman thought is the final adhyasa that has to be given.
Yes, I am Brahman is a thought, which is actually, it is a superimposition only, because Brahman is not a thought.
Subtlest adhyasa that has to be finally dropped.
How? Again through Vedantic Vidyas only, Vedanta only, Vedanta Vichara. Agrahya, Agochara, Adrashya, I am all this. So then you say, intellect is also a thought. So that drop the thought, because it's also Drashya. Are we clear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
So finally, intellect has to give up saying, I can't find Brahman.
Intellect cannot give up. Intellect is an instrument. Please understand. Please understand. You are giving too much of importance to instrument. It is the wielder of the instrument, which is Pratyek Atma, which has to say, your job is done.
Stop. Okay. Okay. So all right. So the thing is, I should the realization that intellect is the instrument and is powered by Pratyek Atma, that is the one that will actually make it finally possible.
I want to correct it. Okay. I am the Pratyek Atma. I am Brahman.
Okay.
I am using the instrument called intellect. It's like a vehicle, car. It is the I who have to decide when do I say the car job is over, instrument job is over. Not the instrument, not the car.
Okay. Okay. I have to drop the instrument.
You have to drop the instrument with the understanding
I
that
have to drop the instrument.
correct. If you don't understand this, you'll keep on searching for Atma. You have to take the position, I am Brahman. So the intellect is also instrument. Then you be silent. That's all. It's an object. Now, when I say drop, you don't have to physically remove anything. It's only understanding. Everything is an understanding process, not a physical dropping. If you say rope, a snake on the rope, you'll never be able to remove the snake. With the clarity, you have to understand this is not a snake, this is a rope. The clarity we are speaking of here. Not physically removing something. A logical removal, which will make your mind silent. In that silence of the mind, you are the Atma, Brahman. Silent mind is Atma, Brahman.
So actually the realization is for the Atma being mixed up as the body, mind, intellect. In the Anyanya Adhyasa, the other Adhyasa is being removed.
Correct. So we always get a wrong impression looking at spiritual literature. I am the Jiva, I have to merge with Atma. Correct? It is a descent we are starting journey. Vedanta reverses the process. You are already Atma. You drop, you understand what is Anatma and say, use the intellect to understand what is Anatma, then be Atma and don't have to remove anything. Okay. So there is a question here in the Zoom. Who is the negator? Is it Pratyeka Atma? It is the knowing principle. Is the intellect which is negating? Who asked the question? Vasuki. Right? Vasuki, are you there?
Guruji.
So is the answer clear to you, what I said so far?
Yes, Guruji. Artha aitu, Guruji. Got it.
So Pratyekatma is deep sleep state, right? Pratyekatma, you are not a doer, not an knower, not an enjoyer, correct? No? The Pratyekatma puts on a dress called body, mind, intellect and becomes knower, doer and enjoyer in the waking state. And it forgets that I am Pratyekatma. The one who has forgotten is called Jivatma. It's a mixture now. Right? Now, who is finding whom? It's not the ego or intellect is finding Atma. It is the Atma who is saying, I am not this.
Okay.
Right? So, our entire spiritual journey, we are thinking that I am the Jiva, I have to merge with Brahman, I have to become one with Brahman. It's false identity, false logic. Know who you are. I am the Pratyekatma. My nature is deep sleep. That's why I am Atma, Brahma. Then with that question, you negate everything. You are actually not finding the Atma. As Atma, you are negating. Then as Atma, you start living your life as Karma Yoga, Loka Kalyana.
Very clear.
Very clear now? Who is negator? Jivatma who is the negator. In that Jivatma, Atma is not Pratyekatma. Jivatma, mixture of Jiva and Atma, ego and Pratyekatma. Now, who is negating? The Atma is negating Jiva and the world as appears in me. Is it clear to all?
Guruji.
Okay. Kaumari? Vinaya?
Hari Om Prabhuji.
Hari Om.
Always we marvel at every class, and there is a part in the intellect that says there is a perfect plan, there is a perfect process to enlightenment. Okay. It is there in the Vedas. Guruji is telling us. And somehow I keep thinking, who is behind that creation then? How is it happening? Who is managing it?
See, this whole thing is a supreme intelligence. It's not a person. Universe is nothing but supreme intelligence called consciousness. Okay, it's not a person. So you are taking the position who is managing it because you are thinking yourself as Jiva. That man, that who is consciousness has taken the body form you.
Right, Prabhuji.
Okay. So your name is Kaumari, right?
Yes, yes, sir, Prabhuji.
What is Kaumari means?
It's one of the names of the Devi.
It is eternally young. She will never become old.
Okay.
Kumari means young girl. Okay? It's eternally young. And who is eternally young? Only Atma.
Atma, right?
Somebody else, your parents are very smart. You have to give a name Kumari. You are Atma, they have told you. Now you realize you are Atma.
Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji. Your name is even better.
My name is Narasimha, destroyer. Narasimha is the name given to Turiya. Na anta pradna na bay ubay na baish pradna na ubay pradna pradna ganaha. Neither a man nor a animal. So, and that one which destroys others through nail, which is Adnana, that's called Narasimha. Actually, Guru Narasimha is given called Pradnana, Brahman.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Very good. So, Vinaya, any questions? Pubalan?
Hariom Guruji. My question comes to the clarity which you gave. When the Pratyak Atma takes over the intellect, when this happens, who decides on this side? It happens
that you have to tell me, no? Your wife is sitting nearby, no?
Yeah, another room.
Right? I mean, I'll ask you, another room she's sitting, right?
Yeah.
You got attracted to her. Then you lost your bachelorhood and became a married man.
Correct.
So what you are seeing is attracting you. You are forgetting your nature. That's all.
Yes.
And in the process, you lost your bachelorhood and you don't even remember your bachelorhood. That's the situation. You are a married man now.
Correct.
So that's why Atma, it sees the projection and it gets attracted by the projection. That's all. That through Jivatma.
Okay. So when the point comes that the Pratyak Atma take over, say the intellect, you have done the job, so it will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens at a particular time and say, okay, your job is done. You thank.
So after you go to the movie and remove your goggles, movie show is over.
Yeah,
so is the movie show over for you? You have to find out.
Yeah, you have to find out. Yeah, it's all.
Right? If the movie show, those who are movie show is getting over, only they are coming to this class.
Yeah.
Those who are enjoying the movie, they are not coming to the class.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Guruji?
Any questions? Yes,
Guruji.
who is that?
Guruji, in this context, whoever has climbed the Shunyatva is the enlightenment. Is it an intellectual this thing or?
No. Next class I am taking Shunyatva. Don't worry. Next class I am taking Shunyatva.
Okay, Guruji.
Okay. Next class I am taking Shunyatva. Basically, without proper Vedantic understanding, you land up in different wrong understanding of life. That's the meaning of that.
Okay, understood.
Okay. Vinaya, any questions? Otherwise, we close for the day.
That Sanskrit word for 3 state of minds on the slide, I think the second or third one. There, Ekatma Prayaya Sharma.
Ekatma Pratyaya Sara. That means, Pratyaya means thought. Right?
Okay.
Ekatma means one thought. So when you say I, that's Ekatma Pratyaya Sara. I thought.
Okay.
So you say, I was born, I grew up, I am old, right? In that, what has changed? The body has changed, mind has changed, intellect has changed. But the real I has not changed.
Okay.
I thought is called Ekatma Pratyaya Sara. Essence of all my whole life is one essential I, which is not changing.
Okay.
Are we getting?
And nice words. Avyapadeshyam. Avyapadeshyam. Not
Avyapadeshyam, we cannot teach about it. Okay?
Hammo. Nice.
Okay.
What a wonderful language, Sanskrit.
Yeah. Okay.